Hi there everyone. So I'm finally back with the videos, and now that my physical classes is restarted, from now on the videos will be only for the YouTube watchers. So hi there, my name is Sulet. I'm from South Africa. I own and run an art class school, informal art class school for beginners, specifically for beginners. And let's talk about colors today. In pencil, colored pencil specifically, and how to mix colors. Now there are different reasons why you want to mix colors in any medium, pencil or paint. The one reason is to create a different color. That's called hues. A different hue would be creating a different color. In other words, a color with a different name. So here we're going to use red and blue. I'm using a very simple example to create purple or violet. Another reason you might want to mix colors in any art media is to dull your colors or make them more vibrant. Now in this case, let's use an orange color, and we're going to add its complementary color, in other words the opposite color, and we're using blue to make the orange darker and dull it. You see, it looks a little bit more dull there. It's not as vibrant anymore. Let's use orange again. This time we're going to use one of its analogous, in other words its family cousin colors, to make it seem more vibrant. And one of orange's cousin colors is yellow. So we're using yellow, adding yellow to make the orange more bright. You can see it seems a little brighter when you add one of its cousin colors. Now these are only two of the reasons why you would want to mix colors in any art media. So today I want to talk about how to mix colors when using color pencils. And this was requested by Eniku. Hi Eniku. Okay, so let me show you how. I'm going to show you 3 different ways how to mix colors with colored pencils. So let's first, I always hold my pencil flat like this in the overhand position, because then I find that I create less streaky colors in this way, instead of holding it upright in this position. That's a bit more streaky. So if I want a smoother finish, I hold it flat like this. Alright, so there we've got our yellow. This is going to be where red goes. Just want to get all the colors in the right positions. It's going to be yellow green, green, green blue. I'm sitting here with an extra, I think. I think I made too many blocks. Oh well, let's make the blue one here. I think I've got an extra. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm doing the primary colors now, and then I'll show you how to mix the other colors in pencil from primary colors. I'm going to show you the kind of normal way first. Always start with the lighter color. So let's mix orange here. The tertiary colors in between is a matter of how much yellow or how much red you use. You vary the amounts, but for the equal amounts of yellow and red, we're going to use the yellow first, which is the lighter color. And don't press too hard, rather build in layers. I'm holding the pencil flat and going in different directions, with very soft pressure on the pencil, because I would rather layer than end up with a color that doesn't work. So even less pressure on the red, because the red is a darker color than the yellow. And let's add a little more, another layer of yellow. With every layer, you press slightly hard on your pencil, very, very slightly. Okay, let's do another layer of red. Okay, another way to do this, also start with the lighter color. Here I just layered them. Another way is to do it in cross hatching with your lines very, very close together. So here I'm going to do a bit of cross hatching, and remember with cross hatching it also how hard you press on your pencil also has an influence on what color you end up with. Alright, let's do another layer of yellow. So it all depends on what end product you want. If you want a more textured finish, then you can use cross hatching. If you want a slightly textured finish, you can use this layering method. I'm going to show you another method. This one we're going to blend. Let's just lay down the colors first. That one. And then the darker yellow. Let's do another layer of yellow. And then again a darker red. I want it to be pretty much the same as this color in this block. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Stampy, and I'm going to blend it with the Stampy. Now when you do this, you will still be left, of course, depending on what paper you work on, because a textured surface paper will leave you with a more textured finish, of course. Where smoother paper you can smooth it out a little. Okay, so you can, I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit more blended there in the pencil. Now I'm going to show you one more way of blending, and of course the last one that I'm not going to show you today, because I have done this in the last video that I've made before this one, is where you blend with nail polish remover or acetone. I'm not going to show you that one in this video because I've already done it. I want to show you here, sorry, is to blend it with a white pencil. You can blend it with any other color pencil, but that will change the vibrancy or the color, the hue itself. So I'm going to use white. It's not going to make the color lighter. It doesn't work like that with colored pencils. What it does is what they call burnishing in art terms. You have to press pretty hard on your pencil, and you have to make sure that you cover every inch of the area that you're burnishing. Now, burnishing gives you a glossy, shiny, smoother finish. So you won't be using this method, burnishing method, for everything. It depends, like I said, it depends on what the purpose is. Okay, so here you've got this is the open one. Let's move it like this. Here you have the hatching and cross hatching. The hatching method. Here you have the layering method. And then you have, this is just the normal blending method, and here you have burnishing. Okay, so you've got burnishing with a white, where you blend with white on top for a shiny glossy finish. You have blending that you do with your Stampy or Tortillion. You have layering. So you have your layering, which is this one there, where you just hold your pencil flat and very softly, gently, carefully you layer one color over the other. And then you have your hatching and cross hatching, where you very simply and almost roughly, well, not roughly, more freely use layers of little lines in different directions each time. Okay, so I'm going to, let me just for interest's sake do the same, use the same methods here. There, I'm gonna blend. It will be a bit harder to see with the yellow, so I'm gonna do the other colors as well. Alright, so let's do blending in this block. With blending, always use small circular movements to smooth out a little bit of streakiness that might be there, but also not to create more streaks than necessary. And with the burnishing, I also hold my pencil flat like this, but further to the front so that I can press harder on the tip. And you also use tiny circular movements. For burnishing. Okay, so this was orange. Now let's do a yellowy orange. In other words, more yellow and less red, because that's pretty much what this is going to be. So to start off, I'm going to press harder on the yellow and a lot softer on the red. Come on, go up to the edges there. And then in a different direction, I'm just going to go over it with yellow again. And that should give you a more yellowy orange. Let's do it in the hatching method. What I do with the red, because I want less red. Remember, with hatching and cross hatching, the closer together, in other words, if there's more lines closer together, that color will be more vibrant and darker, will be the dominant one. So for the red, I add less lines to begin with, as well as I don't press as hard. I lift off a little bit on the red, and then I just add another layer of yellow lines. That should do it. Right now for the blending and the finishing with white. That much red in there. I want more yellow than red, so let's add another layer of yellow. Ready, and let's blend this block. And let's burnish. Alright, now you will see with the pencils, it's not as an exact science as you would get such a smooth mix as you would get with paint, for instance, or even with chalk pastels. You can get a much smoother mix. With pencils, due to the nature of pencils, there's always going to be a little bit of textured feel to it. Not to my fingers, but to the eye. There's a little bit of texture there. You won't be able to lose that unless you use watercolor pencils and water, or blend with acetone. Then you might lose some of the, or almost definitely lose some of this texture that happens when you mix with colored pencils. Okay, I'm going to fast forward here and see if I can add a few of the other colors. For this one, I'm going to add more red than yellow. This is the more reddish more red orange. The red orange. Anyway, it's got less yellow in it. I guess you could call it vermilion, actually. Okay, now just to bring out the orangey bit, I'm going to add another layer of yellow on top. Just to bring it to life. You can see there. It's not exactly red, and it's a bit more red than orange. Okay, let's do the hatching and cross hatching bit. See, I add 2 layers in different directions of red lines, and then just to bring it to life, I add a very light layer of yellow again. Okay, now let's do these 2 blocks. the trick mixing pencil colors, the trick is to work carefully, plan carefully before you start, and accept that there will be a little bit of texture. You will never ever get a very, very smooth mixture as you would with paints, unless you use watercolor pencils and paint them afterwards with water, wet them afterwards with water, then they might blend smoothly, or unless you add blend with acetone or nail polish remover afterwards. And I'm at the last color, the bluish green. I'll go through all of them just now. I just want to finish blending this one and burnishing the last block. Okay, so I had my primary colors, yellow, red and blue. I then mixed with these three primary colors. I mixed my secondary colors, orange, purple and green, and then from primary colors and the mixed secondary colors, all I did, let's take this one for example. All I did here, I have green that I mixed, and I have the original yellow, the primary color. So all I did to get this more yellowy green was I added more yellow. That's it. I added more yellow. In the four methods, the normal layering, the blending with the Stampy, the burnishing with white, and the hatching and cross hatching. That's all. So there I have the entire basic color wheel for you, and I somehow added 2 extra rows here. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, I hope you learned something. I hope this was useful to you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.